Schools are supposed to be a safe haven for all children. Yet despite much progress, LGBTQ+ students still face harassment and even violence in school settings far too often. According to this national survey on school climate, half of LGBTQ+ students in California regularly hear school staff make homophobic remarks. 15-year-old Gracie has experienced this firsthand.
It really hurts the way that you experience school, and it can lead to a real negative experience. And when you feel that way, it's also harder to focus in class.
We know from statistics that LGBTQ kids fare poorly. They have higher dropout rates than non-LGBTQ kids. They're more likely to face suicide ideation in schools.
Assemblymember Rick Zbur, a member of the LGBTQ+ community and former executive director of Equality California for many years, has introduced legislation to help.
This bill is AB 5, is intended to give teachers the training and the tools they need to help LGBTQ kids, but in fact all kids, because LGBTQ kids are parts of every other community as well.
Assembly Bill 5 takes the next step to put state funding to use to complete an online training for teachers and school staff serving grades 7 through 12. This training would cover at a minimum how to create a safe and supportive learning environment for students, highlight school obligations to provide resources to prevent bullying, harassment, and suicide, and identifying LGBTQ+ students at risk or that lack support at home and guide them to community-based resources. This is a key factor identified by Adrian, a high school trans student that testified in support of the legislation.
I am fortunate, though, to have a family that does support me at home, but I know that this is not the case for many transgender students. So it is vital that teachers do everything they can to help create a supportive environment at school to ensure that all children feel accepted, respected, and supported for who they are.
As a father of 3 and a gay man, Assemblymember Zbur knows very well the importance of teacher and staff training.
My daughter, when she was in middle school, walked in to her class one day and opened her social studies textbook. On the page that they were studying the day before, and scrawled in Sharpie was "kill all the," and then there were some expletives about members of the LGBTQ community. If kids are being bullied in school, or if they actually come from a home that doesn't have supportive parents, the person they're most likely to turn to if they need help is a teacher or someone on the school staff. And if those teachers and school staff don't know how to help those kids, and they don't know how to treat them respectfully, and they don't understand our community, and they don't know the best practices in helping those kids, then they're not going to be able to help them as much.
Zbur believes that his bill is about helping develop allies for LGBTQ+ kids and all students. He still remembers fondly his sister Jackie, who encouraged him to run for office so he could help others, and was his biggest ally.
I know that she'd be proud of me. Every kid in school, whether they come from an LGBTQ family or not, deserves to be able to come to a school where they feel safe and where they feel respected. And while they may have to deal with things out in the world and even with other kids, they deserve to have teachers that understand how to support them.